When you say crispy fritters for breakfast, Brussels sprouts don't come to mind, but I assure you, these Brussels sprout fritters are to die for. They're crispy on the outside, and the beautiful sweet nuttiness that you get from this variety works a treat for these fritters. All right, let's start with the batter. So just some plain flour. If you wanted to make these 100% gluten-free, and I've done it before, I've used some besan flour, which is chickpea flour, so you can change it up and it's the same quantity. And I'll add 2 free-range eggs, 1 and 2, and you make a well in the centre and break the eggs in the centre too, just so you don't get any lumps when we start to mix. We'll also add a good pinch of sea salt. And I love the addition of caraway seeds. They always remind me of freshly baked rye bread, but they also go very nicely with Brussels sprouts. So a nice pinch of caraway seeds into our batter mixture. A crack of pepper, so freshly cracked pepper. And now, just with a whisk, break up those eggs and slowly, just like you were making a crepe batter, whisk in and bring in the sides. Now when it starts to thicken like this, we can now incorporate some thickened cream. You can add some milk too if you like, and then just slowly add it in. We want a reasonably thick batter because we want it to stick to all of our Brussels sprouts. So it's coming together now. It's still a little bit too thick though, so another dollop of cream. And then keep mixing, and then when it's really sticky and elastic, just like that, sticking to the whisk, we're ready to go. All right, now to shred the Brussels sprouts, I've got a shredding attachment that I've put onto my food processor, just makes it a lot easier. Or you could use a mandolin or just finely slice it with a knife. So we'll pop the lid on, and then we'll get our gorgeous Brussels sprouts. And now I'll just shred them, pop them through the chute, and then we want about 400 grams of shredded Brussels sprouts. All right, I've shredded these gorgeous Brussels sprouts, so now it's time to fold all of this into our batter. You can see how fine and thin it is. That's what we're looking for because it's going to make it super crispy. So we'll add that to our bowl of batter. And then we'll slowly just mix all of that in to coat it. And now just use a spoon just to scrape that thick batter off. We'll add some cheese. I've got some classic cheddar cheese. You can use some mozzarella if you like. Just a generous handful, and then we'll fold all of that together. So the mixture, the batter, is combined with our Brussels sprouts and our cheese. So it's super sticky, just like that. Now to make these fritters, you can make them really large or you can make them small. It's up to you. I'm going to do a generous spoonful, and then I've been preheating some oil, just some extra virgin olive oil. I'm shallow frying this, so you can see it's about 1 centimetre deep, and then we'll slowly add in our mixture. Press on the top of it just to form a circle. And then we'll cook these for about 1 minute on each side, just until they're golden brown. I'll take them out and just pop them on some paper toweling to drain off, and then I'll show you how I love to serve this. All right, these fritters are cooked. Look how crispy they are on the outside. And I love that pop of purple that's coming through from the Brussels sprouts. Now just drain them on some paper toweling, and then I like to stack them on a plate, just like that. A little avocado, and I'll just cut that into a quarter, and we'll pop that on the top. Just a pinch of salt on the avocado and some freshly cracked pepper. And then to bring the whole thing together, I love the addition of some prosciutto with the Brussels sprouts. You know, classically with Brussels sprouts, you would add some bacon when you're cooking and sautéing it. So you can understand how prosciutto would work really nicely with it. So we'll just drape a few slices of the prosciutto over the top maybe one more, because we're being very generous with our fritters today. And then for a garnish, some fresh parsley, not just to look good, but it will give some freshness to the dish. Wow, that is such a cool way to eat your Brussels sprouts. If you like, you could serve this also with a poached egg, but I tell you what, this tower is so high, it'd be very hard to add one to the top of that. This is delicious, particularly with a little bit of prosciutto to finish.